Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is August 16th. How's everybody doing on this Sunday afternoon? How's everybody's weekend going? How's everybody's day going? Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. First and foremost, I gotta make this announcement. All right, gotta make this announcement to all of you. And I got some excellent news to share with all of you. The Strike Zone channel, has broke 3,000 subs. So thank you to everybody who has been supporting me since day one. Third year for this channel, and we broke the channel broke 3,000 subs. So thank you all very much for helping me break 3,000 subs. You guys and gals are the best. That was the goal for this season, was to hit that 3,000. So now the goal for the Strike Zone is going to be 4,000, of course, but we'll get there, right, at some point. It'll take its time, but I wanted to share the exciting news with all of you that we got 3,000 subs. So thank you to everybody, all you guys and gals that are out there who've been supporting me since day one, from the day the channel started, and everybody that joined me later on. Thank you all again very much for getting me to 3,000 subs. And as promised, I'll figure out a day to do three giveaways, gift card giveaways to Fanatics, for three lucky winners. I'll do the duck races. A lot of you are familiar with the duck races, so I'll pick. There's going to be three lucky winners that are going to win gift cards to Fanatics, and you spend it however you want. I don't care. Just yeah, it'll be $20 gift cards to three lucky winners. So stay tuned for that. But that is going down as promised. I'm a man of my word. That is gonna happen. But back to talking a little baseball. Yeah, the Yankees played garbage yesterday. It's as simple as that. There's really no dissecting yesterday's game. They lost the series, so the least they can do is hopefully they can salvage the series by not getting swept. It's been all Blue Jays this weekend, so it's not going to get any easier today, especially the fact that the Yankees are going to be facing Dylan Cease. And Dylan Cease in his career, he's faced the Yankees in 7 appearances in his career. He's got a 1-3 record. The last time the Yankees faced him, they were able to have success against Dylan Cease. He got the loss in that game. He went 5 innings. He gave up 5 runs, struck out 9, and walked 4 batters. So the Yankees were able to have some success against him. So how does it play out today, and how does Ryan Weathers perform today? Ryan Weathers, low key, to me, Ryan Weathers has actually been good this season. I know the record may say otherwise, but I've talked about Ryan Weathers recently. Ryan Weathers has pitched some good games. He's had some good outings. He just doesn't get the run support. I know, all too familiar, right, with this offense. So you hope that Weathers can at least go 5 innings in today's game. We know the bullpen is taxed. I mean, if he goes above 5 innings, to me that's a win for Ryan Weathers. He's capable, but how does he do against the Blue Jays offense is the question. That's going to be the question going into today's game. And the lineup, there's been a little bit of a shakeup in the lineup. We'll talk about it. I know Aaron Boone talked about shaking up the lineup just to try and get some sort of offensive production. I know the offense has been terrible. It hasn't been the greatest, but they have to. They're making do with what they got, and this team doesn't have a choice but to perform and win. And if they're wanting to be contenders, they got to start winning these games. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so it's going to be a tough road. At least we got some good news about reinforcements potentially coming back, right? So Cody Bellinger is going to begin a rehab assignment. And I think it sounds like if all goes well, he's supposed to come back next weekend. And the Yankees are hosting the Blue Jays next weekend. So it'll be a nice addition to the lineup, right? It'll be a nice reinforcement to the lineup. At least there's one back coming back. I know there's going to be still a little bit of a wait for Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge, but I'm not saying that the lineup will completely turn around when Bellinger comes back, but it'll be better with him in the lineup, right? So maybe it'll provide some sort of spark to the offense, hopefully, right? Because this offense right now is a little lifeless, and they need to get it together. But before I keep going, let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Let me say what's up. Who do we got in the building? We got Chua in the building. What's up? First person was Chua. Katie's in the building. Jonathan's in the building. Jay Witt is in the building. My man Rodney's in the building. Beagle is in the building. Healing Men's Hearts is in the building. Etrin is in the building. Scotto is in the building. Awesome. Who else we got? Pixelmon's in the building. Jacob Petruzzi's in the building. Shout out to my guy Jacob. We need to salvage series today. Boone said, "Yeah." Like I said, we'll go over the lineup here too. We'll go over the lineup. So, yeah, let me pull up the lineup real quick. And once again, hit that like button, that subscribe, share the channel out. All right, let's go reach that 4,000 now. We reached 3,000 subs. So again, thank you all for helping me achieve 3,000. So we're on the road now to 4. All right, so let's talk lineup here. Trying to pull it up. There we go. Oh, here we go. All right, there's the lineup. There's the lineup right there, folks. All right, so Ben Rice is leading things off, playing first base. Luis Garcia Jr. is batting second. He'll be your DH. Heliot Ramos is batting third. He'll be in left field. Trent Grisham batting cleanup. He'll be in center field. Spencer Jones is batting fifth, playing right field. George Lombard Jr. is batting sixth, playing shortstop. Ryan McMahon batting seventh. He'll be playing third base. Austin Wells at the dish, batting eighth. Sorry, and then Jose Caballero will be batting ninth. Jose Caballero's in the lineup. He'll be playing second base. So, and on the mound, it is left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers. Folks in the chat, let me know what you're thinking. Shout out to my guy Ace Chia. Shout out to you, my guy. What's up, Ace? I know he's going to be calling the game later, but shout out to you, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. You're killing it on your channel, and thank you very much, man. So, lineup-wise, Aaron Boone did say he was going to shake things up a little bit, and he did shake things up a little bit. But I'm going to have a little bit of a pushback on this lineup. First and foremost, what is up with Heliot Ramos batting third and Grisham batting fourth? I'm not so sure about that. Ben Rice batting leadoff. Listen, I mean, if you're going to shake things up, if it's not working with Grisham, right? Although, Grisham has looked, I know in this series, Grisham hasn't been great, although he did have that home run on Friday night. He's been showing a little bit of improvement as of late. Yeah, I'm not so sure about, Ben Rice batting leadoff. You might as well just try it and see what happens. Garcia Jr. batting second, right behind him. He's your DH. I guess him batting second is not bad. I don't mind that too much. I'd rather him be batting third. But Ramos batting third, I don't get it. That part I honestly don't get. I'm not sure about him batting third. You might as well just funny enough, I'd rather have Trent Grisham bat third than Ramos batting third. But then again, it's like I maybe Boone over here saying, I don't want three lefties going back to back to back. But you got a righty, you have a righty on the mound in Dylan Cease. So I mean, I don't think having those, I don't think having three lefties back to back to back is necessarily a bad thing here. But I don't think Ramos has any business batting third. I mean, at that point, I'd rather have either Trent Grisham or Spencer Jones bat third. But in this case, probably I would say either one of those guys really. Um, Lombard batting sixth. I know I've said before that I'd rather have Lombard batting seventh through ninth. I know I've mentioned that before. However, I understand the shaking the lineup, and Lombard's. I'm still setting my expectations when it comes to George Lombard Jr. I don't think he's a guy. I mean, I'm not gonna bat him at the top of the lineup. He's been showing a little bit of promise so far with the bat. I mean, he is going to struggle right at the major league level. He's going to show um, some struggles with the lineup, but he's him batting ahead of McMahon and Wells. In this case, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. And Caballero batting ninth, I don't have an issue with Caballero batting ninth. The seven through nine, I mean, you could put any of those guys anywhere really. So I don't have a problem with the seven through nine, but Lombard, like I said, I at the time I keep saying I don't want him batting above seventh, but again, I understand the shaking up of the lineup, and Lombard, he's been showing what he's got at the plate. We know what he's got with the glove. I mean, there's no doubt there, but at the plate, he's shown some potential there, showing promise at the moment. So. Um, but this is the lineup. This is the lineup right now, and like I said, I know Aaron Boone said that he was going to shake things up a little bit, and he did. Uh, I just don't know about Ramos batting third. That's one of my main concerns. And then I probably would have batted Ramos um, sixth or seventh at that point. I would have had him in the bottom of the lineup. But this is what we got, though. One thing I am happy about is that Jazz is not in this lineup. That makes me happy because he's been frustrating to watch. Right, he's been frustrating to watch. He's been more frustrating than some of the other guys in the lineup. He's been a little bit more frustrating than guys like Wells, right? He's been a little bit more frustrating than McMahon. He's been a little bit more frustrating than Grisham, right? I mentioned these names because these are the names that get criticized a lot when it comes to the offense. But I'm glad he's being benched though. I'm glad he's not playing. So that makes me happy. And at least it's something. At least Jazz getting benched. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, play Rosario in right field. Yeah, play him. You could play him in right field and then move if they wanted to do that. Goldschmidt can hit righties. He can. He can, but he hits lefties better. I mean, it would have been nice to see Goldschmidt, but then who are you going to bench? Ben Rice or Luis Garcia Jr.? I mean, I don't think either one of those guys are going to get benched for Goldschmidt unless there's a lefty on the mound, right? Um, what are they going to do with Jazz when these other guys get back? I think Jazz is honestly. I don't see Jazz going anywhere until the season's over. Yeah, right. Yeah, Rice is back at first base, so that's nice to see, and it'll be a nice little break for Garcia. He's been getting a lot of the playing time at first base since he's been traded to the Yankees. So Again, a little bit of a shakeup in the lineup. Um, my main thing is just Ramos batting third. I'm not a fan of that, and Grisham batting cleanup. I'm not so sure. Um, I mean, I would have rather had again Grisham batting third and having Spencer Jones bat cleanup at that point, man. But then it'll be four straight lefties. Again, I think Boone was trying to you know shake things up, right? So he wanted to split up the righty lefty thing, but anyway, it is what it is. This is the lineup. This is what we got. The only thing we can hope for is a Yankees victory. Um, any of these wins that they get are probably they're not going to always be the prettiest, and it's going to be a nail biter if within some of these games if they do win. So let's just hope for the best for the Yankees. Hopefully they don't get swept. Getting swept always is a crappy feeling. Losing a series is bad enough, but losing the but getting swept is even worse. It's just the cherry on top, really. Um, yeah, Chua, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, they didn't give up too much for Ramos. Honestly, like real quick with the whole Ramos thing, I talked about it before, but they gave up Henry Lalane and they gave up Caden Kent, right, or Keaton Kent. So when when it comes to Lalane, I like Lalane. He was a number five. He was a good pitcher. I love this stuff. Definitely was a guy that was getting hurt a lot. But the Yankees have a lot of pitching in their organization. They got a lot of pitching in their system. So I don't have confidence that the Yankees will be fine without Lalane. It sucks to see him go, but I wish him the best. But the Yankees have plenty of pitching, and as far as Caden Kent goes, um, Caden Kent. I would have loved to see him come up in the Yankees organization, but the Yankees have Dax Kilby. So that's my take when it comes to Caden Kent. I feel like I like Caden Kent, but I also feel that the Yankees are more committed to a guy like Dax Kilby. So there's that. But here's the thing, right? And we talked about it. Like as far as the Yankees go, there's always been a complaint from a lot of the fan base saying that the Yankees hug their prospects and they don't trade these guys. But they've traded a lot of prospects over the last couple of seasons. So they're if they're not seems like this time around they're not wasting a lot of time, and they're also giving guys opportunities to come up, play, and showcase themselves. So they're operating a little different from that aspect. Whereas before obviously they've played other prospects in the past. They just didn't exactly pan out. Um, they didn't exactly pan out. But what are you gonna do, right? So things happen. And how do we keep Garcia Jr. every day in the lineup? Either first base or DH. That's how you keep him in the lineup every day, unless you decide to move him over to second base, right? There's been a little bit of a complaint when it comes to Garcia Jr.'s defense, but if you're willing to sacrifice a little sacrifice defense for a better for an offense, just to keep him in the lineup every day, and you want to keep Ben Rice at first base, then as I said a couple of days ago, I don't want to hear nothing from folks about the defense is bad, right? Because defense is important, and I'm always going to stress defense, right? I never ignore the offense. I'm not ignoring the offense. I'm aware of the offense being atrocious right now. I understand it. Over a long stretch, the offense has been bad, but you know you can score all the runs, but if you don't make the plays, it's going to cost you, man. The other team is always going to take advantage. And how many times have we seen it when the Yankees make an error, right? And I hate to say it, but how many times have we seen it where the Yankees make an error and it leads to a disaster, right? The floodgates open and the other team takes advantage. So I'm not saying that I'm against Garcia Jr. playing second base. Sure, put him at second base. He could play. I know he's got experience. I know he could play the position, but I think he's better suited for first base. At second base, I'd rather put Caballero there. I mean, as of right now, I would say down the stretch. Why not? Put Caballero there? Play Caballero in more games. Let him get some playing time. I think he could give you. I mean, at this point, I'd say he gives you a little bit more opportunity at the plate than Jazz will. Right? I like Jazz, but I think he's his own worst enemy in my opinion. So, I like to see Caballero get more playing time at second base. Screw it. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So let him play. Let him play. Let Caballero play there more often at second base. So at the end of the day, look, bottom line, Yankees gotta win. Yankees got to win. It's as simple as that. So up until the reinforcements come back, at least with at least we got Cody Bellinger coming back next weekend, so that'll help a little bit. I'm not saying it's gonna turn things around quickly and okay, this team is gonna be so much better, but it's at least getting a reinforcement back. At least it's getting a good bat back because once again the Yankees need it. So we'll see, right? We'll see how today's game is going to turn up. And the Yankees have a day off tomorrow. Then they go to Camden Yards. They go play the Orioles for 3 games. So, and then after that, they go back to the Bronx, and the Blue Jays come to town. So let's see how things shake up when between now and next weekend, right? So not a lot of baseball left this season, folks. I mean, we're probably about 39 or 40 games left in this season. So baseball season, regular season is slowly winding down, and we'll see how the standings look by the time the regular season's over. We'll see who the wild card teams are going to be. There's always those surprise teams. But first order of business, though, the Yankees need to avoid the sweep. That's what the Yankees need to do right now. So that's what they need to do today is avoid getting swept. So let's get into these predictions. The game's going to start in about 20 minutes. All right, a little over 20 minutes. So let's get into these predictions. Let's talk a little Ryan Weathers. How do we feel about Ryan Weathers today? Are we feeling optimistic? Are we feeling hopeless? How are we feeling about Weathers today, folks? Let's talk a little Ryan Weathers. As I said, I think he'd be able to give you 5 innings, right? 5 innings. Strikeout wise, what am I saying? Jaden's in the building. Slow burner saying Cease 12 strikeouts, possibly. I could potentially see that. I'll say Cease goes 8 or 9. What up, Lou? But I'm gonna give Ryan Weathers 5 strikeouts. I think he'll strike out 4, walk 3. I'm just again just kind of having this gut feeling. I don't know why. Charles Barkley's in the building. What up, man? 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. I think he'll give up a couple of runs. That's what I'm going to say for Ryan Weathers. But if he goes above 5, if he goes 6, I think that'll be a win. It's just a matter of what the bats are going to do for the Yankees, right? Yankees scoring runs is like pulling teeth. Straight up, it's like pulling teeth. But Pixelmon is coming in with 6 2/3, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run, takes the loss. Charles Barkley's going 4-3. Yanks Weathers 5 2/3, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts. Healing Men's is going 5 2/3, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. Robert says he could pitch a great game and we would still lose 1-0. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that could very well happen. But let's see the Ryan Weathers predictions though. Let's curious to see what folks are saying. But I like some of the predictions I saw. Jay Witt's going 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits, a walk, 98 pitches. Pudgy little Curry takes some yard. I hate that guy. Yeah, he's been a little bit of a Yankee killer. Uh, Jaden says Weathers is going to throw a gem. 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 hits, 6 and 2/3, and 2 earned runs. The offense isn't going to back him up, which has been the story when Ryan Weathers pitches. 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, a run, and three walks. I don't think Weathers can outduel Cease. Yeah, I'm not saying he will. I didn't say he will. Um, but I'm saying Weathers on a good if he's having a good day, if he's having a good outing, he can hold his own, right? He can hang tough. We see that we've seen that from him. We know what he's capable of. So he's shown it this season. I think I'll still say it. I think he's made his case to keep his spot in the rotation when Carlos Rodon comes back. Of course, we'll see if Carlos Rodon his next outing is going to be on Tuesday, but it hasn't been said where he's going to pitch, whether he's coming back to the roster or is he going to have another rehab start down there in the minors. So, I'm sure we'll hear some Rodon news. I would imagine tomorrow, Tuesday, right? We'll find out, but Tuesday would be the start of the Orioles series. So you wonder if that'll be the start for him if the Yankees decide to bring him back. Etrin says 4 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So we got some of the Ryan Weathers predictions. What do we got? What do we got for home runs? I know the Yankees obviously didn't hit a home run yesterday. I'm only gonna pick a couple today. Honestly, hopefully they make me look silly, but we'll see. But I think home runs today. I'm gonna say who do I want to say for a home run? I'll say Jones, and then my sleeper is going to be Spencer Jones is going to hit a home run. My sleeper is going to be Ben Rice. So I'm only going to pick a couple today. I'll only pick a couple today. So Charles is going Garcia Jr., Lombard Jr. for so the juniors are hitting home runs. Okay, Kirk for Healing Men's. Kirk is a Yankee killer. Why? Just one of those players who perhaps the motivation kicks in for him when he plays against the Yankees. Man, I mean, really, there's no. It was kind of the same thing with Rafael Devers when he was playing for the Red Sox. Slow Burner says Kirk hits a homer and Springer. Okay, Theo, what's up, Theo? Well, the season was also over back in June. At least that's what I was told at least that's what I was reading from some people. But anyway, I predict none of the Yanks and Pudgy Kirk for the Jays for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be. Would I be surprised if Kirk hit a home run? No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, but I don't know how this game's gonna end up score wise. So let's talk a little score action. What do we got for scores? I'm gonna say. I'll just say 4-3. I'll just say 4-3. I'm just going to have a 4-3 prediction. What's everybody else's? 6-2, 3-0. 3-1 from Lou. Can't judge a book by its cover. Chua Tuesday, I'm not going to be able to, but I will on Wednesday for sure. Wednesday, I definitely plan on going live. 7-5 from Etrin. Jay Witt's going 4-0. Yeah, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, but if not, don't lose sleep over it, dude. That's all I'm going to say. All right, ABS calls. What do we got? What do we got for ABS, folks? What do we got for ABS? Let's talk a little ABS action. How many calls do you all think get overturned today by the ABS system? What do we got for ABS, folks? Let's talk some ABS action. Yeah, I'm looking at the poll right now. There's 29 votes, and 66% of you said that the Yankees are going to get swept. But ABS calls, what do we got? Let's talk some ABS. I think there's going to be 4 calls overturned today, is what I'm thinking. Jay Witt says 4. Okay. Etrin is going to ABS. What other ABS? Let's see some more predictions. Yeah, I don't know, Healing Men's Hearts. I mean, it's just never know how these games are going to turn out, right? I mean, I'll use the I'll use some of the series from the last couple of weeks, right? With the Cubs, with the Braves, with the Phillies. There wasn't really a lot of hope going into that series. A lot of folks thought that the Yankees were going to get either lose or get swept. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the fans thought that the Yankees were going to get swept by those teams, but and those teams offensively are better than the Yankees. Excuse me, but a lot of those teams are better than the Yankees offensively, right? So on paper you would have thought, okay, the Yankees are going to get crushed by these guys. They ended up winning those series, right? So that's what I'm saying. We truly don't know how these games are gonna turn out. So for over the last month, the series against the Blue Jays, this is the 3rd series that they lost. It sucks to see it. It sucks to see it, but every other series outside of Dodgers, Cardinals, and now the Blue Jays, I mean, they've either won series or split. I would love for them to get a sweep. I mean, obviously not in this series. It's not going to happen, clearly. But in any of the upcoming series, after this one, I'd love for them to get a sweep, because the last sweep that they had was against the Nationals, and that was like back in early July, so a little over a month ago. But we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how today's game turns out. But at this point, the Yankees lost a series. They could at least not get swept. That would be nice. All right, let's talk about one last thing, folks. Let's talk a little food, right? Let's talk some. Maybe for some of you, it's lunch plans. For others in other parts of the world, it could be dinner, could be breakfast, could be lunch. Again, depending on where you are, it could be brunch. What are we having? What are we having for dinner? Or what are we having? What are we munching on? I just had breakfast a little bit ago, so I'm actually doing pretty good. Um, had some eggs for breakfast, a little bagel on the side, so it was good. Yeah, and I'm definitely kind of feeling it today. I'm not gonna lie, I had to stay a little extra at work yesterday just because they needed some coverage. So I was like, sure, got to make that money. But what are we eating though, folks? What are we cooking up for the game today? What do we got? I'm about to make a chicken sandwich with fries. Just got home from food shopping. Nice hit, man. What's going on, dude? Hopefully you're doing well. Giuseppe's Mama's Pie. Ooh, okay. Giuseppe's Mama's Pie. What else we munching on? What are we eating? What are we cooking up? What are we buying? Yeah, the game should be starting here in about a few minutes. So, looking at Dylan Cease's recent starts, so his last one was against Boston 5 days ago. Went 5 innings, struck out seven, walked four, gave up 3 runs in that game. There was a no decision in that one. Trying to remember if the Blue Jays won that game. I know the I believe the Blue Jays won 2 out of 3 in that series. Against the Cubs, he went 7 innings. He struck out 10, walked the batter, gave up 2 hits, didn't give up any runs. No decision in that one either. Um, then the game against the Cardinals back on July 31st, he struck out seven, gave up a run, 3 walks, went 6 innings. The last one that he got was against the Red Sox on July 25th, but went a complete game on that one. So he demolished the Red Sox. He went 12. He struck out 12, walked three, and only gave up a hit. So damn near pitched a perfect game, or crazy, yeah, or a no hitter rather. So far, record wise, 7-5, 2.40 ERA, 131 in the third innings pitched, 191 strikeouts, 1.07 WHIP. Definitely a Cy Young candidate. I don't think there's any doubt there. When it comes to Ryan Weathers, Etran said, I do eat halal. Yes, I do. I tried halal lime the other day. Some of the best halal restaurants in the Bronx. For real, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I do eat halal, though. Doing okay. Hitman says, storm in Ohio, but I'm good. Well, be safe, man. The Orioles tied it with the Rays, 1-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Like I said, man, in the AL East, I keep saying it. You just don't know how things turn out in the AL East. The AL East till this day is the most competitive division in all of baseball. I will continue saying that. Is Cease the Cy Young? He's definitely a candidate. He's certainly a candidate. When it comes to Ryan Weathers, 5-7 record, 3.69 ERA, a WHIP of 1.21, 136 strikeouts. He's pitched 126 and 2/3 innings, the most in his major league career. And looking at his game logs against Seattle 5 days ago, 5 2/3, struck out four, walked three, only gave up the 1 run. St. Louis against the Cardinals, he actually got the win in that one, which was the only one they got in that series. He pitched 6 innings, struck out six, walked the batter, gave up 4 hits, so held his own. And then the White Sox went 7 innings, Four struck out, four, walked three. So I mean, he's had some pretty decent outings in his last three starts. Let's see what he does against the Blue Jays today. It's 3-1 Baltimore now. Yeah, like I said, man, it's there's several AL East teams right now that are within reach of a wild card. Right, their records are not far off of each other. I mean, all those teams are either a half a game or a game behind. So it's so really it's anyone's, man. Just say I feel like whoever heats up this month and next month, those are the teams to look out for. Right, August and September. The Yankees lose the next three series. Is the time to panic? It depends on how the other games how the other teams perform in the division. I wouldn't call it panic. A little bit of a worry, sure, but you know, I wouldn't panic yet. I mean, unless the Yankees go on some like major losing streak, then sure it could be a problem. What's up, Jared? But the game's going to start here, I believe, in the next few minutes. So I'll probably wrap things up. Yeah, in about 5 minutes. So I'll probably just wrap it up here in a minute, so that way y'all can go enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and go watch some baseball or whatever else, whatever other plans. Uh, you plan on whatever other plans you all have, of course, this weekend. So if we miss the playoffs, will Cashman be fired? I don't see Cashman going anywhere. I'm just gonna be real about this. I don't see Brian Cashman going anywhere. I mean, what happens with Cashman next after the season? I don't know, but I think one thing's for certain: he ain't going nowhere. Oh wow, Tommy John just passed away. All right, well, rest in peace. Condolences. But anyway, folks, I'm going to end the live stream here. Okay, so go enjoy your day, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go watch the Yankees. All right, let's hope the Yankees don't get swept. I know it hasn't been. I know the series has really sucked. So, we'll see how things turn out in today's game. But let's hope the Yankees at least don't get swept. But we'll see. We'll see how this game turns out. But anyway, folks, thank you all for hanging out with me on this Sunday afternoon. Again, thank you all very much for helping the channel get to 3,000 subscribers. You guys and gals are the best. So now we're on the road to 4K, and we'll get there sooner, slowly but surely. Right, it'll take its time, like any time I'm trying to reach a milestone. But thank you again for the 3K. Without any of you, I'd be talking to an empty room, straight up. Like that's what would be happening. But enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, folks, let's go Yankees. Go out there, win. Don't get swept, please. And offense, the time is now. Pick it up. Let's go. Stop slacking. All right. We're out, folks. Everybody have a great weekend.